Alright, I'm going to be making a rockfish pasta dish. It's going to be like a citrus chimichurri fettuccine rockfish dish. Just something I created out of my head. I have 3 fillets of rockfish here, and I want to check and make sure there's no bones in here. Oh, I'm feeling some bones now. So you want to pull out any of these bones. And I'm going to go ahead and get my pan heated up on medium. Add some olive oil to the pan so I can just throw the fillets in the pan. I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. I think I got all the bones out of that fillet, so I'm going to go ahead and add that to the skillet. I'm going to check this fillet. Now rockfish is a lot like cod. It's in the cod family, so if you can't find rockfish, use cod or a similar whitefish. Could even use a snapper and just let those cook until they start breaking apart. And turn up the heat slightly to a 7. And now we want to get our water ready for the pasta, so we're going to turn that on high and add some salt, about a tablespoon of salt and about a tablespoon of olive oil to the water. I'm going to go ahead and flip this rockfish over. I think I'm going to add just a little bit of salt to the rockfish too. Okay, our pasta water is starting to boil, so I'm going to add our pasta. I'm going to set the timer for 2 minutes. Now I have 2 oranges that I've already zested, and I'm saving the zest for later, but I'm going to go ahead and squeeze on the orange juice. And then I have 5 cloves of garlic that I'm going to add. And it's minced. So our pasta is about done. I'm going to finish adding my garlic before we drain our pasta. Flip my fish over again. It's starting to fall apart, which is good. That's what we want. Now I'm going to drain my pasta. I'm going to try and break apart my fish. If you wanted to make this vegan, you could have skipped the fish and just done this with chickpeas, which is what I'm going to add. I have a can of chickpeas, so I'm going to add my drained can of chickpeas. And then I'm going to add some frozen yellow carrots. About a cup. Now I typically use fresh, but you got to be resourceful during these hard times. So I'm using frozen. I'm going to turn the heat up to medium high, 9. Try to boil off some of this water here. So I have this Mediterranean chimichurri. It has parsley, garlic, basil, and thyme in it. And I'm going to use probably about a 1/4 or a 1/3 of the bottle here to give it some seasoning. If you can't find chimichurri, try using pesto. Ooh, that smells yummy. I am gonna go ahead and add the last tablespoon of olive oil. Now this is looking pretty watery, so we want this to thicken up by boiling it. So I'm just gonna let this simmer for a little while. Okay, so the sauce is starting to boil down, so I'm gonna add my pasta. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So last thing to add is our orange zest. And we can go ahead and turn off the heat. So I'm going to take a little bit of pasta, put it on my plate, and I'm going to take some of this fish and carrots and garbanzo beans and put it on my plate. I know this seems kind of weird. Hopefully it tastes good. We will see here. I'll give it a try. During tough times, sometimes you gotta be resourceful. Okay, so I'm gonna give this a little try here. That is actually really good. I love the strong citrusy flavor with the herbs. Really good. If you wanted to make this gourmet, I would suggest using fresh herbs, maybe making a gremolata or something, and using really good olive oil and maybe cannellini beans instead of garbanzo beans, but it is actually really, really good. So I'm gonna enjoy that. Has a nice, bright, fresh citrus and herb flavor.